Hi, it's the facial recognition. Wait, no, that's my mom.
I know, it's so good.
Okay.
Is all of this, are all the attempts going on the episode?
we
Okay,
should
release
great.
as a bonus.
Hi, this is the facial recognition comedy podcast. I'm Jil Chrissie.
And I'm Fizza
I'm Paula Viganalin.
And I'm Zara Ali.
and that was Jill doing her mom's voice.
Hi, I'm facial recognition comedy.
Is your mom's like a salesperson or something?
No, she's a gospel singer, but she's a businesswoman too.
Yeah.
So she have always, she's always been the one to sell her own things. You know what I mean?
She sang with Al Green.
She sang
sang
with Al
with Al
Green.
Green?
Yeah, she sang with Al Green for about 15 or so years, for a long time. She sang with him and she wrote some music. I think they're in a lawsuit right now because she didn't get her money for that shit. So, but yeah,
we're just like nonchalantly talking about lawsuits on this podcast.
Right, nonchalant. It's a lawsuit out there.
Casual lawsuit.
I'm Facebook friends with her mom.
Yeah?
Yeah, because she added her, and when it was Fizz's birthday, she was like, "Happy birthday to the Fizzer."
The Fizzer. The Fizzer.
Yeah,
The Fizzer Dasani. No, but she knows.
My mom, when she met my now ex-boyfriend, she was like, "You're of the Jew?"
no, for real.
Jews.
She didn't know how to say it. She was just asking.
Yeah, that's adorable.
And then he was like, "Yeah, I'm of the Jew."
Oh my God.
Jill, tell us about your show. I just want to jump
Oh my
into
goodness,
it.
comedy.
I'm so
I know.
excited.
Wait, actually no, because you just did a whole rant the other day on social media
yes.
saying you're like tired of people introducing you as a comedy hoe.
Well, not okay. So
But also you did that shit yourself. Come on now.
No, I know I did.
That's your brand.
And I explained that I know that I did that. You know what I mean? But what people are just saying hoe. They're not saying the comedy part. So that's what I was saying was, don't
like,
just
"Welcome
bring
to
me up
the
as a
stage,
hoe.
this hoe."
Yeah. Well,
This hoe's coming to the stage.
Yeah, like they think it's funny, you know what I mean? It is
Yeah.
funny, but when I get on stage, people don't have any context of what is the hoe.
Yeah, like normal showgoers don't know that you're the comedy hoe.
Yeah,
like, they don't know that.
yeah.
Happy
like,
birthday
they don't
to the
know that
hoe.
Exactly. Like they just start out with just hoe already. And I did a show not like this week. I did a show this week, and I got kind of introduced as a hoe, and then they put big booty hoes, pump with that. You know that Ice Cube song that was on Friday anyway. So they played that song. They played me up to the stage with that song, and I was like, y'all can't just be calling me a hoe. Like, I did it. I know I did it.
Like, you're
but
allowed to say that shit. But
I'm allowed to say it, especially men.
with-
Especially men.
they
They're
didn't
not saying
context.
it in the way that we're saying it.
Yeah, they're not giving you context saying like her
No.
show is called Comedy Hoe.
Exactly.
They're just like, there's this bitch over
Yeah.
here.
That's what I'm saying.
I think men just wanted an excuse, and
Yeah.
now they can.
Now
like,
they
kind
have
of,
it.
Now they're like, oh, well, you are a comedy hoe, so
It's
like when white
Exactly.
people
it's
make
kind
an
of like
excuse to say the
their free
N-word.
pass now, you know?
Yeah, that's what I like.
And I appreciate you for calling them out.
Well, I had to say something because I think that really what it is like, that's why at the end of that rant, I did say respect my artistry, because it's one of those things where you know damn well this is a show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just treat it like that. I know it's a fun name, but like, if I were a man, you would acknowledge it as like a business decision I made, and you would say this person has a great show rather than this person is a hoe. You know what I mean?
Well, it's
Yeah.
like also as a host, have the sense to ask,
Yeah,
how do you want to be brought up? Because that's a very polarizing way to bring someone up.
very
There are
unprofessional.
so many shitty, unprofessional hosts
There
out here.
is, but I do want to be clear. A lot of the shows that I've been doing have been really professional, and everyone's brought me up really good. But I just want to make sure I'm doing a little preventive work, as well as that's happened to me a couple times.
Yeah. So for anyone who does shows and runs into Jil Chrissie, like just throw some respect on it, Like
Yeah, don't go
that's all we
straight to
ask.
hoe. Just say, I
Say,
heard about your show or something.
Dr. Comedy Hoe.
Yeah,
Preferably.
put a little something before it. Queen hoe. You know what I mean?
There you go.
So you had Comedy Hoe at Fringe Fest in Hollywood Fringe Fest.
Yeah.
And is it, because I saw your earlier version, is it like similar to that, but like
It's
next
the same
level?
thing, yeah, but it's been rehearsed.
Yeah.
So it's better.
But this has been an idea that you've done. Like has it been a year now?
Yeah, it's been about a year. So I've been working on
the
it for
Comedy Hoe
about 2
birthday
years.
almost.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that's
almost
so
is,
dope.
because it's almost October, which is when I originally put it out. But when I've been thinking about it for like a really long time. And when I saw that a lot of people were doing one person shows, I was like, oh, they coming back? Because I never stopped wanting to do one. I just thought they were lame. I just thought people wouldn't want to, really see that.
Well, I think the first time I saw it done really well, like recently, was like when Hassan Minaj did his special.
Yes.
And he turned it into his own, like, there was like, like PowerPoint, like photography in the back and stuff. And it's like, oh, so you can do your one person show. You could make it your stand up special, or you can make it whatever the fuck you want.
I agree with that. And that's pretty much what I saw. I was like, oh shit. Like, and it doesn't have to be the traditional way you would think a one person show would be. You can make it whatever you want to be. It's one person and it's a show. It doesn't have to be anything that you've ever seen before. You know what I mean?
It's your hour, right?
Yeah,
so you can do whatever the hell you want with your hour.
You got Lizzo out here playing the flute, bitch. You kidding me? You can't do some other shit, on just like a show. Like we've been out here hustling, so I know people have other things that they've been doing. They have other art forms they've rehearsed and practiced, and just put all your talent out there. Is how I feel.
And I love
Burnham
that
does
you showcase well your stand up, but also your storytelling.
Yeah.
And this is so amazing. And there's like a lot of different things that you touch upon, like mental illness and like some other things, and it's like it's kind of an immersive experience, because I was sitting there during your show and you were like, I'm gonna talk about this, and then you go into this character and I'm like, what is oh, she is talking about it without giving too much away. But it's I love the way you did it brilliantly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have you started, like, I think you mentioned, just for the listeners, Jill and I live together.
Yeah, we do.
We're
power couple.
We're roomie. We're power couple. We are.
You guys
we talk
are the
about everything.
comedy power couple.
Yeah, we are.
You're her other power couple.
Yeah,
that
you're
she's
my
in.
other one.
Yeah, I'm not her romantic power couple.
Jill is also in a romantic power couple.
Yeah.
With a man.
Comedian.
But
Can we
Yusuf
say his
Ali.
name?
Yeah,
Yusuf
Yusuf Ali.
He's the other Ali. Or whenever it's Eid, or whenever we're around each other during a holiday, we'll post a family photo.
That's so cute. He's a comedian too. He's a great comedian. He's not just my boyfriend, but he's my boyfriend.
You're about to have your 2-year anniversary.
Yeah, in September.
Oh shit!
We've been together.
It's been that long.
Congrats!
I
Wow,
know.
2 freaking years.
It kind of
2
aligns
years.
with facial recognitions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's
Yeah, pretty
crazy?
much.
Like, yeah.
Because we had our first show, like end of
August.
July or
End
August?
of August,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's like
Yeah.
around the same time.
Yeah,
That's
and
crazy.
Yusuf came to that show, and he was coming because he wanted to see you.
Because he wanted to see me. Oh my God, that's
He would always
crazy.
come to Blunt Force trying to, because she was part of the team, and he would, show up.
He would just
tryna-
show up because
tryna
that's
pursue.
he courted me. He courted me for like 3 months, and I was like, "Get away from me!" For
You
3
were.
months. I really
I remember
was,
you.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, I think he's all right. And you're like, man, these dudes ain't shit. And I was
No,
like, I
really,
feel like
they
he likes
not.
you.
Yeah, no, guys aren't shit. And I really thought that he was a part of the tribe. You know what I mean? I thought he was part of
Yeah.
the tribe of man. And he is, but he was different. And I think that there are sometimes when guys are different and they mean well and they try to do right and and they want you,
Yeah.
and we're so quick to be like, get the fuck out of my face. But at the end of the day, some of these guys really deserve a chance, and he's one of them. So I'm glad
That's
I
so sweet.
eventually lightened up.
Well, it's nice to give someone a shot, and they don't disappoint you.
Yeah,
my
that too. Also that.
Yeah, I've asked both Jill and Yusuf for some love romantic advice, because
You don't need it.
But you all are such a great couple, and in comedy, it's so hard to be in any romantic relationship with anyone, especially two comedians, because there's
Yeah.
ego involved and a little bit of competition.
Yeah,
But
you can't
yeah.
get away from that competition. That's natural.
But
You
I
know
love
what
that
mean?
he's always gassing you up online and
Yeah,
stuff.
he
He's like
does.
promoting
Yeah,
your stuff.
but you're
He's
always
very,
supporting
like,
each other.
supportive.
Yes.
It's so great, because even because it's not like both of you are always on every lineup together, right?
No, we're not.
But
yeah.
I'll see you both supporting each other.
Yeah.
All of
we
that.
go to
It's
each
great.
other's shows. I mean, like
Yeah.
that's kind of ritualistic with us. We go to each other's shows as a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Mostly because I don't have a car, so he'll take me to my show.
But
he takes me to my show, so it's like, why wouldn't I go to his shows?
But you guys also support your friends too. Like you've come to the facial rec show.
Yeah,
Like, you guys come
like,
together
We were
too.
just talking
we
about how
were
Yusuf
literally just
loves
talking about and
supporting his friends.
Yeah.
Yusuf, he loves his friends and he supports his friends, and I kind of learned that from him because I'm the one, I stay at home. I mean, not that I don't love my friends, but it's like when I don't have a show, I don't want to be somewhere. I want to be in my bed. But he's kind of taught me how to be like.
But you work hard too, you know.
I
so
do, and I
totally
be tired.
understand that. Yeah.
I be fucking tired. So, but yeah, I've been learning how to like love people because they're good people in my life right now who are teaching me how to care about people. Because it took a while for me to learn that, but that's another story.
Do you, well, I was going to say, like, going into that, you're like, that's another story, and I was about to dive in. Like, do you feel, like, how do you feel, like, tell us, like, a little bit about your family and stuff and how that's, like, kind of changed your view of, like, relationships and relating to people?
Well, my family is, like, I got such a big family. I got 3 brothers and a sister, and we had, like, kind of an adopted. So we had a big family because we sang a lot, and we would go. My mom made us like a gospel group, Jackson 5.
Like the
so
yeah.
But how many were there?
So in the group, it was probably about 12. At one point, we had like 30 or so people in the group. So it was more of a
my
choir.
goodness.
Yeah, because it was
So
like
you're a
a
traveling
adult
choir?
choir and a little choir. Yeah.
Wow.
And my mom is like I am now, which is just like ambitious and really has like a lot of ideas and want to put them out there and artistic and don't give a fuck about what nobody got to say about it, you know? So she was like that growing up. And so, yeah, we did a lot of performing just around Denver. I'm from Denver. So we would perform a lot around Denver. And
So you're used to performing, being in front of groups of people, like so do you ever get nervous or you ever get stage fright?
Yeah, I still get nervous. I still get all that. Yeah, because every time I'm trying to level up and every time I'm trying to do something that might not be the norm, and I want it to go right. I want it to sound right. I want it to be funny. I want it to be what I think it should be in my head. I want it to come out that way. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I get really nervous because I hope I don't look stupid 100% of the time.
The only time I've ever seen you nervous, and I thought it was just the most endearing quality about you, was when you were trying to host a show, and you're all like, "Yo, I don't know how to host, but I'm gonna try my best."
For real, which one? Shit.
And it's like,
She introduced everyone as a hoe.
yeah.
Disaster.
couldn't even
I don't
imagine
know,
which
but you
one.
introduced me, like, and this next girl coming up, now she's a good host.
Oh, it was probably because I just saw you host, and I was like, man, Zara should be hosting this. She can host.
This is my credit now. My friend Jil Chrissie thinks I'm good at my job. Thank you.
You were really good when I
But
saw you
thanks.
at Westside. I saw you guys' recognition show at Westside, and you were hosting it. And it was like really well done.
Thank you. Whenever like someone I respects me compliments me, I'm like, oh, I guess I'm good at this. Like I had no, but
I
like
mean, I'm sure
I
these
always
two wouldn't
appreciate
fuck
that.
with you if you weren't good at,
But it's also because we're the same demographic, so that's.
Well, I know you guys are all Indian as fuck, but it's just
It's Pakistani, but it used to
yeah,
be.
but you know, whatever. No, but it's just when it's even when you know you have a flaw, or you're working on something, you make it like so everybody around you is like rooting for you, and I think that's like a very great quality that not enough comics have. So
that's so nice.
why-
I didn't know
very
that.
you, Jill. It's
That's
very
why
you.
you like
Yeah.
keep selling out your
you.
show. It's like
Yes.
everybody fucking loves you.
Aw.
We just want you to win. You know?
Everyone
That's so dope.
Everyone who fucks with Jill fucks with Jill.
She
Yeah.
like literally just said that to me, and I'm like, I think people hate me all
What?
the time. I think people do not like me.
Who is it?
Why?
What are
Well, I
they
think I'm
driving?
on the
Do you know their
spectrum.
license plate? I
Dislikes
will
her.
key their car.
I think I'm on the
You will.
spectrum.
That's
No,
why
you
it's
think?
clarifying,
Wait.
No one.
She thinks she's on the spectrum.
I
Hold
do
on.
a little bit because
Wait, what?
You guys missed it.
spectrum.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I was ready to go like fuck a
you
bitch
know
up.
how
Sorry.
like what is
Make eye
the-
contact with me, Jill.
what is it called when like mentally ill people think everyone's mad
Paranoia?
at them? No,
What was it?
Autistic. When you're autistic and you think that people are mad at you all the
like
time.
anxiety
like
about
social-
it. and stuff.
Social. What is
Like,
it? It's like
Specific
Awkwardness?
words?
You know how some people have like a whole thing, Asperger's. Like,
Yeah, that's
I sometimes feel like I'm like right at the tip of it because I really do feel like people are against me. When I go home, I feel like no one likes me.
You have a
It's
paranoid
crazy.
personality disorder, according
Okay.
to WebMD.
That's what they want you to think.
That's what they want me to think.
That's what they
is,
want
so
you to
quick.
think.
Google,
I'm surprised WebMD didn't just say you were dying.
right? She's
I
got
A few
AIDS.
more clicks, it's cancer.
I cannot do that to myself.
What makes you think that people don't like you?
I don't know. I think because I struggle with liking myself for a lot.
We all struggle with that.
Yeah, we
That's
struggle
like a
with that.
comic thing. Yeah.
Exactly. So how can you believe that anyone, likes you when you struggle with it yourself?
I remember when you were like, it was like a few months into your relationship or something, and we were talking about like someone you had liked before, and like it was unrequited or whatever something. But you were like, I just didn't love myself enough, and then once I started loving myself, I found someone who loved me in the same way, and like
I think
that stuck
that
with me.
Yeah, I agree. If I said that, I agree with myself. But at the end of the day, I was kind of forced into it because I had someone who was willing to work with me. So I would say Yusef contributed in that way. He was willing to, when I was having like weird days, he would still kind of just stick around and be there for me. You know what I mean? And I was able to kind of gracefully move myself out of total destruction.
Yeah.
So I think, it eventually you start to think of yourself better and better every day that you work on it. If you're oblivious, you're not working on it.
Well, yeah, how could you,
Yeah.
But this is sort of like going back to stand-up stuff, but like have you been bringing your storytelling and the spoken word part into like shorter sets? Like, like the around town.
Yeah, I tried. I got a little embarrassed at in Pasadena. At this place called the Blind Donkey. I was hosting and I did a bad job. Now I'm not a bad host. I'm not a bad host.
She's a great host.
But
She
there
is.
were 2 times where I had to get back into the game of hosting, and you got to be bad before you're good again. But yeah, this was a while ago, and
That's so real.
I just did a bad job, and I did. And what put a cherry on top is no one was laughing to begin with, right? And then I said, I'm going to do a poem. So I do the poem, and you can just hear a pin drop of people just wondering, why is she doing a poem? It was so awkward. It was so bad. I was like, I quit. I'm never performing again.
That's
it was
so
bad.
funny.
How many of those nights have you guys had, like in a year? Where like you get off stage and you're like, I'm quitting. I'm gonna quit until the next show.
I never say I'm quitting when I have a bad set. I often am like, I should quit when I'm watching someone else have a bad set. I'm like, this is fucking painful. And we have to keep watching like bad comedy over and over again. And then sometimes we do it.
Yeah,
But like even then I'm still like, I gotta figure this out.
I've never felt like I wanted to quit. I felt like disgusted before. But
Yeah.
I don't think because I'm not like qualified to do anything else.
I don't know. I mean, you do have exceptional like graphic artist
Yeah.
skills. Like
Nah,
you could just make
alright.
comedy flyers for the rest of your
That
life.
is-
Right?
I can just tell people what the app I use is on my phone.
Honestly,
It's
Don't
free.
tell them. Okay.
No,
It's
like
free. I
that-
told Jill the other day.
Yeah, it really helped.
And it's
Thank
great,
you.
right?
It's
Yeah.
great.
Oh,
Yeah.
your logo and everything was amazing for this show.
They
You
actually
redid
got
it,
that
right?
professionally made. Yeah, those are made from a professional girl out of Chicago, and so I don't want y'all to think I just made that. I didn't. I don't
we-
have an eye for that type of design.
But you did, like, what I think was cool was that you brought, like, this new logo that was really dope.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dicey, had the hoe bags, which I had told her, like, I told her to do that when she had that joke, and I saw it, and I was like, fuck, someone snagged Dicey's idea about making hoe bags for your walk of shame. And then
Wait,
and then,
Dicey's not doing the hoe
no,
bags?
and
No,
then
she is.
Fizz had told me that it was Dicey, and I was like, fucking yes.
Yeah,
That's
that's
amazing.
Yeah.
That's Dicey. So she
Dicey is also a comedian.
So
go,
funny.
go follow her. Go find her.
yeah, go
Hustler.
find her.
Yeah.
Dicey's a hustler.
She is a hustler.
So of
and
course I was like, you guys are gonna figure some cross promotion out.
It was a perfect thing. There are sponsors for Comedy Hoe. It's a
You guys got
Hoe to Go
sponsors?
bags. Well, Hoe to Go is our only sponsor right now, but I got another sponsor for Denver because I needed. I'm taking it to Denver in September, and so I needed someone in Denver to kind of sponsor from where they are.
Do you
You
have the
hear
date
that,
yet?
Denver?
Yeah, I have
Everybody
the
go
date,
out.
September 28th in Denver at the Voodoo Comedy Lounge, and we're gonna be there at 8 p.m. So if you're in Denver and you're listening to this, we gonna be in town, baby, and afterwards we gonna party. You know. But yeah.
But that all came together really well, and it all fit the theme of your show. But
Oh yeah, I did.
But originally, I thought you had can we spill tea?
What?
I thought you had a different logo, and then someone took it or something.
Oh,
well, no,
shit. I
it
remember
wasn't a
this
logo.
story.
So I will say
okay.
it wasn't a logo, but it was. Like here's the thing about Hollywood. Here's the thing about LA. People be stealing shit, and I mean like really steal shit. And they steal ideas and they steal concepts and they do the Beyonce thing. They even say Michael Jackson stole a lot of stuff from people because when you're an artistic person, game recognizes game. And if you got something good and they know that you're not, the hugest or the most famous person, they might borrow your idea because this place is soulless. So anyway,
But I
so
don't think that girl is more poppin' than you are.
I do think, well, she has a lot of like TV work that she does. Like she's pretty known.
But in the stand-up comedy world,
I don't know.
because I feel like you transcend like different rooms. Like you can be in any room. I've never seen this other girl who stole your
Yeah.
idea. Essentially, I've never seen her in like mainstream rooms.
I will say I've seen her. Mainstream is, you mean like white people?
Well, I mean, like you
No,
know,
you mean white people.
No. I mean, like the big commercial, like the Hollywood
I
Improv,
see what you're
the
saying,
Comedy
yeah,
Store.
yeah.
Like everybody knows who Jil Chrissie is. In LA, everybody knows who you are because
Yeah.
you do every room. You know,
That's so sweet.
that girl, I'd never heard of her before you brought her up.
Well, she does a lot of TV stuff. So you know what I mean?
What
Like
millennial watches TV? If
Well, I
it's not
mean,
on
you're
Hulu
right.
or Netflix or YouTube, I'm not watching that shit.
you're right.
You know,
But
That's
but
TV stuff now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what
that's
TV
true.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
guess
I've heard of her. I think she's been doing it for a while.
She's
so
been
even though
doing
she's
it
more
I
niche.
have no clue
Yeah.
who you're talking about.
well, I can't. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say her
Shouldn't-
name.
don't
I'm
say her
definitely
name.
not gonna
Don't
say
say
her
her
name.
name.
But
Yeah.
she is someone who works with people where she could get the type of backing that maybe I can't get until maybe later.
She's
She
like
works
blue
with
check.
names.
I think she probably has
So
the blue
she-
check, right?
Yeah, like
that's
she's
how
she's verified.
So she
Like,
stole
verified.
what the flyer
She
looked
just
like.
she just stole the idea with the flyer. Now it's not a huge deal, but the fact that I had put mine out and I was going to continue to kind of use that, which now I'm looking at it like, oh, I probably wouldn't have continued to use that. So whatever. But seeing how she took it, I was like, well, at first I was like, well, why would you do that? Now
Did you
I
reach out
can't
to her?
use. I didn't reach out to her because it's like I have the ideas belong to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've got all these ideas in my head that I
Yeah.
can use. I never have a shortage of ideas.
Yeah.
So if she has a shortage, it's like fine, you can take that whatever. But it's like in the next second or two, I'll have something else, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna work on that
Yeah.
something else. So it's like I'm always gonna have. That's always gonna be valuable for
Yeah,
me.
that's.
You know?
I mean, that is something to say. Like you're the idea machine, right?
Yeah.
And you're not shutting down.
No.
So she could take one idea.
That's what I'm
but
saying.
her next
yeah.
idea isn't going to be as great as.
Well,
the
it
ideas
better
you're
not be a
turning out.
lips with some shit in between, because then I'm gonna do a split screen, bitch, and you ain't gonna get away with that.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't
Yeah.
wait.
And my stuff is all legal now. I got everything
Trademarked.
belongs to me, and I make sure that when I do business, I protect myself
Yeah.
now, because I see that like stuff like that can happen. Although it's small, it's like the next thing that can happen might not be so small. So I'm learning how to protect my ideas and protect my work. copyrights and all that stuff. And
But nothing is small because, you know, if someone does take that and they have financial backing on all of that, like, hey, you got a lawsuit that you can probably make money off of, you know?
yeah, that's
So
true.
nothing is
I'm
small.
I'm just waiting. I mean, I got all of everything. I got protected now because if someone takes something now, I can really have a fight. You know,
for sure.
before now is like I couldn't stand on anything. I don't have
That's like Kim Kardashian just trademarked kimono, which is fucking insane. Like the word kimono from Japanese culture, she trademarked it for her shapewear line. And she said that I think in the documentation she had to claim that she was going to sell actual kimonos at some point or something.
Really?
Yeah, but it's all just shapewear as what she's debuted. And Japanese people are like, what the fuck? And black people are like, we told you. They do this shit.
They'll just take your shit.
Yeah, that's
They'll
crazy.
just take it. Like, yeah, you gotta.
That's insane.
You
I didn't
have
know
to
you
get
could
stuff
do that.
trademarked.
Damn.
For a
You
whole
have to get that stuff.
cultural thing, though, that
protected.
doesn't belong to anyone. It's like crazy. I didn't know you could do that.
I mean, the thing with like the Kardashians is they're like business first and humanity second. So
I
like,
wouldn't even put humanity as number 2 on their list of priorities. I mean, look at what they've done to look at what they did to Kylie. That's like inhumane. They like transformed her body and like
she did that
mind, body,
shit.
Yeah,
soul.
but she's a child when
But
she did it.
yeah, I mean,
That's
what
true. She was a
17-year-old? What 17-year-old,
Lip
you know,
fillers.
like knows what they're doing to their body, you know?
And it's only gonna get worse. I think about her
Yeah.
too sometimes.
Because
I'm
she's
like,
got to maintain that now.
yeah,
you
that's
know?
people don't think about maintenance.
Yeah.
People don't think about if you did that to yourself at 17. Well, by the time you're 30, you're gonna look fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
You're not gonna look good.
I heard
Yeah.
that if you get like a boob job, it's like every 10 years
Yeah.
you have to get them fixed up. Like,
Cardi's constantly fixing her stuff because she didn't
her
have the
booty
money
just
to
got
get-
bigger.
Yeah.
Have you seen her booty
Yeah.
lately? Like it looks like Nicki Minaj's.
you think it was surgery or natural? 'Cause she just
No.
had a
It's
baby.
No,
never
it's-
nothing on
no.
that girl's natural.
No.
She'll
And I
admit
don't
that it's
dislike
not
Cardi
natural.
B.
When did she
I
have
don't
that
dislike
lyric, nothing on me is fake but my boobs, but now she's
No,
gonna have to.
and it was her ass too. She had an
Yeah,
ass
it's
injection.
both.
She's talked about that, and then she just got lipo.
And
she
then
had
the
her
bitch
boobs
got some
redone.
different abs. Like she got some abs
I thought they
placed
were
on.
She
her.
got,
Airbrush.
she got lipo.
Oh,
They can airbrush abs now, right?
They can.
They can.
They've been airbrushing abs.
It doesn't look right.
no, it doesn't. It looked like
You
you didn't
airbrush
have abs yesterday.
So
It was
I did
so
this
funny.
crazy
Her like
thing.
her last music. Did you see her press music video?
No.
It
I
was, it was
did
a cool
see it.
concept. I thought it was
Yeah.
cool and it had like a story to it. But then like she keeps posting about how she's like not good at dancing, and I saw the video and I was like, yeah, girl, you are not.
At least
on
she
count.
admitted it. Her
Yeah,
career
she
is
admitted
based
it.
off of her personality.
Yeah,
and just being
exactly.
so real all the time.
Yeah, she was like, you know, I got
But
2 left
wasn't
feet or whatever,
she-
but she was like so offbeat with the rest
She was
of
a
the
dancer
dancers.
though. Wasn't
was
she,
a
dancing in
stripper.
the strip club?
Which
is
is
that different
confusing.
kind of
It
dance?
is
Yes,
different,
it is.
yeah.
It's just
Okay.
popping
very-
ass.
It's
If
just
you see her in the
popping.
City
You can
Girls
have 2
video,
left
She's
feet
great.
And still
in
swirl
the
around.
city in
Twerk.
the City Girls video, she's twerking.
Yeah,
and
it's
you're
great.
like, she's good at it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's good
okay.
at stripping. Like she was flown all over to strip. She was
Yeah.
good at that, but like
all
choreo
these
was
counts, you know.
it's a little slow on the beat. But we love her.
One,
Yo, that's gonna be
2,
hard.
3.
Yo, if you think about it, Cardi overcame a lot because she's a Latina who can't dance, you
Yeah.
know, and
That's hard enough.
That's
Like-
hard. That is hard, man. From
my
from New York, come on. I grew up with like a bunch of those girls. Like they taught me how to salsa and stuff. So like,
Zara used to wear
yeah.
lip liner.
I did.
You did?
We
I
all
did too.
did.
No,
We
I
all
did
did.
too. I
That was
wore
like-
literally
never
black
did.
lip liner.
It was a very 1997 thing.
I had natural
It
lip
was
liner.
bad.
I mean, I
it's
have
called a
natural-
mustache.
Yeah, I had that too. I had a beard. Oh no, I didn't.
No, I have a beard now.
No
I
one
turned,
tells
like-
you when you're
yeah.
30 that not
Yeah.
that we any of us are, but no one tells you when that shit happens that you're gonna start growing like terminal hair out of your chin,
Dude, I have
like beard hair.
I don't know why no one told us this, but I have hair growing in places, and I'm like, I could grow hair there? What? Where did this come from?
I'm just glad y'all are talking about this because honestly, I felt alone. But
You're on the Brown
No,
Girls
we're talking
podcast,
about it.
bitch.
Oh, wait,
Half
yeah,
of
yeah,
our
yeah.
conversations
Yeah.
are hair.
She witnesses how much time I spend on hair removal.
I do. It's
How
a
much?
lot.
Yeah, don't actually tell people. 'cause that'd be
but
very
I'm
embarrassing.
jealous.
But
The fact that you got eyebrows is like, come on. A lot of bitches want eyebrows.
I have enough for many of them.
Yeah,
So
you
should I-
do.
like, can we recycle
Exchange.
this?
We
Yeah,
do.
I
That's
was-
like the whole system.
Yeah,
That's how
I
weave
mean,
works.
But all
It comes
three
from
of y'all
Indian
are
people.
talking to a girl who knows 3 black bitches with Indian hair in their
Yep.
head right now.
She's going to her phone.
I'm not gonna show you.
Yeah.
But
I stopped donating my hair actually. For a while, like anytime I got like a big haircut, anytime I went, because I would do a bob at least like once every 2 years, and I would end up donating like
I do
10
that.
inches, 10, 12 inches.
Yeah.
And then when I realized like all these girls are rocking my hair and getting Instagram
To the
famous,
club.
I'm like, I am done. You are not getting Instagram famous off my hair. Like that's like I'm gonna do that.
Wait,
that's
where are you
annoying.
donating it to? I'm
don't
donating
know.
it like it's like
club.
lots of love or
But you don't know where
Pantene
locks of love is
Patience.
sent. You like you
It's
don't
supposed to-
really know where that money
Zara's
is going.
donating it to Taquita over in Texas.
Strippers getting flown out
Yeah.
internationally.
Freaking yeah, strippers are getting flown out because of my hair.
I
Like,
thought this bitch was bald and she Instagram famous.
Oh my God. You know who used to always try to buy my hair off me was Angelina Spicer. Shout out to her, it's hilarious. She'd always she'd slide in my DMs and be like, how much for this? Like I'm gonna cut all my hair off, and like I can't.
You better let her know when you do.
I know.
yeah, you should let her know. Angelina Spicer, funny comedian. She's been on. We have an episode with her. Go find it. Also, go donate to her postpartum revolution. Find it online.
Yeah,
That's such an awesome thing she's doing. That's
Yeah.
great.
I have to say about hair though, it's not one person's hair that's on another person's head who has weave on. That's like
Yeah.
4 people.
Yeah,
four
that's-
women.
It's a mixture.
That's
of
a lot of different people.
It's a
I
four
just
Indian
put my
women.
tongue on
That's
the mic.
like all my aunties. That's all of their hair.
Is your
What did
tongue
you say,
okay?
Jill?
Yeah.
Do we have like a disinfectant spray to put on her tongue? She touched it on the
Yeah.
mic. Sorry, go ahead.
It's already been 5
sorry.
seconds. It's too
Sorry.
late.
Sorry.
I
It's too
know,
late.
I'm
Is that
sorry.
it? It's 5. If it's been 5 seconds, you can't go back to the conversation.
No, I mean we can, but this is like we might as well ask her what her last meal. No, I don't.
I'm a little tipsy. I got.
Were you at happy hour before this? What, I
No,
missed the
okay, so
party?
I got tequila for tomorrow night. Tomorrow is our last show. Well, actually, no. Tomorrow we're doing Comedy Hoe, and it's supposed to be our last show at the Hudson Theater tomorrow night at 8:15 p.m. on Friday night. This is going to come out after, so whatever, y'all. But we got an encore. We got
Hey.
awarded an encore
What?
from the Fringe Society and
Yes.
from the Hudson Theater. They're really impressed with the show, so we're going to do another show. We just don't have our date yet, so
That is so.
I guess
cool.
this was useless.
I want to bring my boyfriend. I keep telling him I might force him to just come. But once he's there, he's gonna be
If
very
any
excited.
of y'all want to come, just let me know, and you don't I got you. You VIP.
If you want to come, I'm on the show tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm on the show
tomorrow
before the
Fizza
hoe.
is on the show before the hoe
I
tomorrow.
love that you do that. You have like the pre-show, and then you
Yeah.
have like these dope women. Like you have so many dope women on your show.
I try to,
That's, That's how I met Asia.
yeah.
She's so funny. On the first iteration,
Uh-huh.
she like does these songs and they're so funny and she goes hard.
Yeah, she does. She has a song called Booty Safari. Like she's from
So
Chicago.
funny.
I got a lot of friends from Chicago, like randomly.
That's like your home away from home.
That's my home away from home. They've all accepted me. It's a beautiful thing. They're black people who probably are also from the suburbs, so that's why we get along. And pastors' kids as well. Like a couple, well, Joel Boyd is. I don't know who else is, but yeah, there's some good people from Chi-Town. Shout out, Dave
I love the
Hellum.
Chicago comics.
Me too.
Yeah.
Lisa Beasley. She's
Yeah.
so
Chicago,
talented.
Maybe it's a
Talent's
Midwest
undeniable.
thing. I generally tend to like people from Chicago.
Yeah.
For some reason.
They
They're
take
great.
their craft really seriously. I
They
think.
are
Everyone in Chicago is
and
very.
you know what?
Say
If
it
you're gonna go
again,
outside
Fizza.
in that cold, you better take it serious.
You better
Yeah.
you gonna go outside and you not serious about your craft. It's below 15 degrees.
I don't even know how it occurs to people to want to go to Chicago.
Well, I think
Yeah.
they're probably from there, or they're in like a Midwestern city
Yeah.
that's like Chicago, because they call Chicago the second city. You
Yeah.
know, because it's New York in the Midwest. All you have is Chicago.
And that was
Yeah.
no shade to Chicago because
Yeah.
Chicago culture is great. Everyone from Chicago I love, but like I went there once and it was just so cold, and I was so covered up. I had a piece of my cheek exposed. I still felt like I was gonna die. So
Yeah, oh my God.
it wasn't. But I'm not built for that.
yeah,
shit,
I mean,
I'm
it's-
not built
you're
for
from
Chicago
Florida.
weather
I get
either.
It, I get it.
But I mean, just let the hair grow and you'll be fine.
grow it out,
You're out here.
Chewbacca.
Chicago, a lot of great people come from there too, as far as comedians
All
and
the
stuff.
Yeah.
Second
And
city
so,
people. and-
yeah, if you're from there or if you're doing comedy there, you get to see like people leave there and go make it big. Like so
Yeah.
they take it seriously out there.
Well,
which
also
is-
Comedy's an
refreshing.
indoor sport, right?
Yeah.
Chicago, what are people doing? They're staying inside.
Yeah, they're staying
You know,
inside.
so like, yeah, it's great to like come up in a city where it's an indoor activity, you know, because LA, we have such a hard time sometimes getting good crowds of people.
Yeah.
Because one, nobody wants to drive anywhere.
Nope.
You know, two, it's like if it's great out, you're gonna go to the beach. You're not like trying to spend your evening at a comedy club, you know?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
There's more options.
There's
Yeah,
a lot
there's
more
more
options. And the
options.
weather's always good, so
Yeah.
people are spoiled as hell.
Yeah, that's why New
And,
York
yeah.
and Chicago, I feel like, have the best stand-up scenes.
They really
in the
do.
country.
So that's why when we
Yeah.
say we sold out our shows, you guys, like that's a really big deal in a place like LA because people don't go to shows in LA.
Yeah.
And when you're not super famous, which we aren't yet, but we will be, that is a really big deal, folks. I don't know if you understand. Selling something out without having, you know, a series regular position on someone's show is a really big deal.
I mean, even if
So-
you are famous, like people still don't come
Yeah,
out.
that-
People have
okay.
like 100,000, 200,000 followers, and they can get like maybe 2 people out to a show.
For real, like you have to do the work, the
Yeah.
elbow grease.
That
Like,
Instagram fame does not translate to like bodies in seats.
No,
in
it
comedy
doesn't.
clubs.
It doesn't.
No,
It really doesn't.
They
would
tried
think
it
it
for a
does.
while, but like we've had people on our shows that have been like really famous, and they didn't bring that many people out, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I don't know because I was talking to Neil Nanda and he said I think all of the followers he's gotten from
he's put in the fucking
From
work.
Instagram. But yeah, he absolutely puts in the
The
work.
way he does his promo
but it
is
helps sell tickets.
Maybe
it
it
does, but
doesn't-
he like he
yeah.
targets them specific,
Yeah.
and he like
Yeah.
he like gets people free tickets, and he does like shout outs, and he's working hard to make his market enthusiastic, and not everybody has an enthusiastic market to see people live.
Yeah, so he
he
knows how to
engages a
use
lot.
Yes.
his market. He
Yeah.
knows how to connect with his market. Whereas, yeah, I guess like if someone has a big following and they just post the flyer
They're like,
last
I'll
minute,
be here.
Yeah,
that
it's-
doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because people don't give a damn about flyers. Like you gotta, and you have to also be pointed. You gotta know where your people are at.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like me doing Comedy Hoe. Comedy Hoe is a live show, and it's also like theater-esque. And so I'm gonna go where they value theater, which is a lot of the LGBTQ people
Hey.
value theater. You know, so of course I'm gonna go where they're at because I know I'm going to get at least a couple of ears to listen to me, and then I can build up on those couple of ears.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is. Just be pointed.
that's a great market. I connect with that
Yeah.
a lot. My favorite. It's one of the just and women when women come to shows, it's fucking fire.
It's
Yeah.
so fun. I really
are the
wish women
best.
would just drop men.
Yeah.
Just drop men. Just,
Half an hour-
we want to be successful.
Half an
Don't
hour
even listen to
after,
them no
half
more.
an hour after, you're like, oh yeah, there's some good ones out there. I
Yeah.
have one, and you're like, all right, now drop them.
Yeah,
drop
now
them all.
drop them. Come support women and stop acting like we're not the greatest.
Are there women? I don't run into too many women like that, but maybe because I'm in a very insular
There's-
space in LA.
Yeah, we're still very much in a patriarchy. There's still
Yeah.
plenty of women who don't fuck with other women and who will not support other women and who don't think we're funny and these are regular women. These aren't women in the industry. These are like women out in the world today.
You have been here for a bit, like, and have you seen, like, do you feel like the whole like Me Too thing like changed how women in the industry treat each other?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know for sure because there have been like I'll talk to some women who are in tech or who work in other positions on set that's not talent, and they would just talk about the horror stories of working with so many women on the sets and how no one's learned anything and how it's still awful because no one's supporting anyone. It's still a lot of competition and you know no one's really, but it could just be her set. You know what I
Oh,
mean? So
yeah.
it's like I think it's still happening. I think that type of stuff is still going on. But as far as women like trying to look out for each other, I think we're heading in the right direction. I think we're doing it. You know what I mean? And like other places of other areas of this of entertainment at least, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's insecurity because because there's been less space, less of platforms for us historically. It's sort of like, okay, there's one spot. We're in competition with each other. And that's, you know, I mean, now how many platforms are there? That's not true. How many women comedians are funnier than male comedians? Oh, a shitload.
lot, yeah.
Yeah.
A shitload. So it's just, we were just talking about that. Like people who say women aren't funny are people who can't relate to women.
That's
And
what I was
yeah.
about to
That's
say.
more-
yeah.
Or won't let themselves?
Yeah, that's more, I think, telling of the person themselves than the women that they're watching.
I think it's that too, and then it's a matter of like, if you're a man and you don't identify with women, well, that's okay too, but you don't have to say anything. You don't,
walk
you
away.
don't have to
Walk
be
away,
like
change
bitches
the
aren't
channel.
funny.
Understand you have a
like,
bias. Understand you have a bias.
Uh-huh.
That's fine.
Understand that you
Yeah.
just don't think we're funny because what we have to talk about doesn't like, you don't like it. You don't care about it mostly. You know what I'm saying?
Or you hate your mom.
Or you hate your mom and yourself. It's fine, but leave us out of it.
yourself.
You know what I mean? Leave us out.
Yeah.
And I just hope that women can be like, oh, I identify with that, what they're saying. So I'm going to make this my source of comedy. That's what I hope can happen in the future, because then I think we can grow from there. Because right now, if you have all these women who are just like taking the time out of their day to listen to some man talk about man shit, come on.
That's what, like, every time I, like, if I have a bad set, I bomb, whatever, if there's always, like, a woman or, like, a queer person, woman of color, that comes up afterwards and is like, I really liked your stuff, and I'm like, I'm fine. Like,
Yeah.
Because even if it's just a smaller demographic in that crowd, like, it matters.
It matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it matters. And you can grow from there. It's like, it's hard to think of it that way because you feel like, damn, am I universal enough? Am I going to get everybody or just like the people who identify with me? But if you think about it, that's how everything is going right now.
Yeah.
Everyone who identifies with everyone, that's where their success is coming from.
I've had older comics tell me this, like 90s comics, like it's like numbers. It's a numbers thing where it's like all you need is 1 million fans.
Yeah.
You only need 1 million people in the entire. And now with us, our generation, we have access to the entire world. So we only need like a small percentage of the entire world. So you put your stuff out there digitally, you find 1 million people, like you're gold. You're fine.
Yeah.
You can make a living off that for the rest of your life. So
And you don't have to, necessarily like sell yourself out so much, and you don't have to do what they had to do before us to get to what you what you want.
One of my family members was like, oh, you're just like in your LA bubble. And then I talked to my roommate and he's like, yeah, this bubble of 10 million people.
Okay.
Like, not counting like other big cities and stuff. It's like we're all in bubbles. Like
when you're in LA, you're basically in New York. Meaning like people have to come out here to do TV shit. When we get opportunities, sometimes we have to go to New York. You guys got a show out there.
Yeah.
And so, like, these are the big cities.
I guess we have to announce it.
Oops.
Oh, did we not?
We haven't announced it, really.
We'll do it before.
Did
we'll do
y'all
it
not
before
announce
Tuesday.
that yet?
Not officially.
Oh, okay.
My bad. I thought y'all been
No,
doing it.
No, you're good.
Oh, now you know.
We've
the
been telling
rumors-
people.
Yeah, we're gonna have a monthly show in New York, at New York Comedy Club, Gramercy location, last Friday of the month, 11:30 p.m.
We are
Hosted by Jil
officially-
Chrissie. No, I'm kidding.
It's hosted by me,
By the Comedy Hoe.
by the hoe.
Yo, we're officially bi-coastal. It's very exciting.
That's like,
Yeah. I
wanna get
and that's a big
tri-coastal.
deal.
What's
Yeah.
the,
Tri-coastal.
Chicago.
We have a third coast.
Exactly.
Shit.
Chicago, the coast of those
Technically,
lakes.
I think the third coast is like the Gulf of Mexico,
I want
right?
to I want to be quadrant coastal. Let's
Are we
just get
doing
this-
Southern
India.
Texas?
Yeah, we've been wanting to bring. I heard like that club has new management.
Oh, they got
yeah,
white
yeah,
people
yeah.
now. They got white people managing that shit.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, shit,
Oh,
really?
Yeah,
Lord.
so they're getting real comedians out there.
Oh.
So I think we have a shot.
Yeah,
honestly.
hell yeah, hell
You
yeah.
do. You have a shot, because they're gonna need women, and how many women who are Indian in comedy right now doing stand up who are really super famous?
I mean, they actually have a huge market. So they have like shows and they're bringing people up, but they get famous like that.
They get
based off of,
famous
like
instantly.
one show.
They're
Yeah,
not
Oh.
as
So you have
seasoned.
open
In
micers
India.
getting like who are famous
In
now.
India?
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
there weren't comics. So these
Yeah,
were-
so they're filling those
So like
spots.
people,
So
like
there is
girls who are like a
opportunity for
year
us.
into comedy are like super famous.
What
Yeah.
about
guys,
America?
too.
Yeah, guys too.
What
Yeah.
about America though?
Here?
about-
Yeah.
I mean, you
Like-
know all of us.
Yeah, there's
Well,
like,
that's what I was talking about America.
Oh, okay, sorry.
You know what it is? Because there's only like maybe 20, 25 of us around the country. Whenever we do leave LA, our shows sell out.
Yes.
Because people are very excited
There's
to
a
see something like
void.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, our people come out to support us and we all have a good time. Like it's it's a great like magical like lit room whenever we leave LA.
Because this is probably the smartest thing you guys could have thought of, because there is a void. And like we do see the Indian men. We've seen them. We keep seeing them. You know, and it's not like they don't deserve their spot. I'm just saying we see them. But we don't see y'all all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
there's
we
less representation,
very
for
like
sure.
really barely. The last Indian woman that I saw that was super funny to me is Mindy Kaling, and she doesn't do stand up. So that's all I'm saying.
Aparna is now like the leader, I think. In
Oh yeah, of
stand-up.
course. I mean, there's girls coming up
Yeah.
right now, but just now.
Yeah.
We just started it, honestly. Like
Yeah.
we're maybe a few years into it.
And I'm starting to see more and more now because I mean
Yeah.
maybe because we're looking for it.
Yeah, we
But-
are. We all we have like a heightened awareness. We're like, is there a new brown girl? Let's put her on the
Yeah.
show. Like we're trying to like find new people.
Get
Yeah,
We're like,
and they
get
start
their
reaching
tape.
out to us too, which is super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really dope. So it's always nice to like see the come up too.
Yeah.
That's always exciting.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyways, we're doing
We're
great,
out
guys.
here.
we're
Good.
fucking.
You know
killing
what?
it.
I remember, like, I have enjoyed seeing Jill's come up because Jill is someone I came out here and I was looking up to her because we
Yeah.
would be at these open mics together, you know, around like all these boys talking about ratchet ass things and, you know, just being kind of disrespectful in the room, you
Yeah.
know, and we're just like sitting there like, okay, we got to deal with this. The patriarchy is like always around us. you know?
Always around us, yeah. And we're so used to it. I think it's just, you know, whatever. But right now, like I get gassed up by people like Marcella
Yeah.
Arguello. Did I say that right?
Yeah. She because she has her like women's seminar.
Yeah, she has. I didn't actually attend the women's seminar, but
I went to it, it was
her
great.
as a person
Yeah.
is like, and the fact that she even has those seminars is like, you know, she
She's
is
paying it
about the
forward.
woman come
Yeah.
up. Like she's
Yeah.
about this turnaround, whatever it may be.
She's really about it. She's not
She's
just
really
talk.
about
She's like,
it,
She
yeah.
actually is taking steps
Yes.
Yeah.
to create opportunities for
She
women.
has
For
Women Crush
real.
Wednesday at the
And-
Hollywood Improv
Yeah,
on
it's
Wednesdays.
great.
She's hosting these seminars, and I went to both of them. I went to the seminar last year and the one this year.
How was this one this year?
It was great.
Was
she
it
like
different
it
than-
was. She like reviewed the stuff from last year and like talked about more stuff, more like business stuff, and then did a Q&A. But what was the
I hope
best
they
part
put
of
the
it?
notes up.
She did the bag with the phones because she didn't want because people were trying to take it's like an intimate
Yeah.
situation. But what was the best part about it was like meeting everyone because every time at her shows you meet like dope women and then you get to do each other's shows, and the same thing happened where like someone had moved from Chicago and was new and she was like, I don't know how to like. I have credits in Chicago and now I have to like work my way up. And we were all like, bitch, we got you. Send an email here, send an email there, you know? And it was a really great like networking thing. But she also was like, you know, like, and she's very open. She's like, I'm not doing this for men. They have enough resources. They have other men constantly looking out for them.
constantly.
Yeah. And she's very like, especially like women of color and
Yeah.
queer women and, you know.
Women of color, I think what people think about us is that we're good. I think the narrative out there is that we're good. When they
like
see
we don't need
us
the
working
well
like
because
this,
we've had to work harder than I think.
well,
Yeah.
that's what
other
I'm saying.
demographics.
No,
They
you
see
think-
us working our ass off, so
think-
they think
think-
we're good, but we're doing it because they don't exist.
Well, because wait, they think that we're good, as in like we don't need the help.
Yes.
that's
Oh,
what it is.
that's
okay.
what they think.
Not that we're talented, good,
Oh,
but
no,
that like,
yeah.
oh, they don't need the help.
yeah, yeah, that's
figure-
what I
they'll
meant.
figure it out.
They'll
I-
figure that out.
I've
They're good.
had men say this to me so many times, like, "Oh, you'll figure it out." I'm like, "Yeah," but in the meantime, you have like your openers and
Yeah,
your features,
yeah.
and you're like, "You're so talented, you'll figure it out." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "What? I'm standing right here."
Exactly.
How about?
You'll
But
have
also,
a great
what?
set in front of some of these dudes. And
Yeah.
they'll be like, yeah, man, you're so funny, and never like
Never
and then
ask
they'll
you.
take some dude like who you know.
Who bombs?
Yeah,
Who
who
bombs?
bombs?
There's
They're
day
pictured.
in
They're
and
like-
day out.
There are like studies that show that when a guy is really good, people think that he's naturally talented, a genius. When a woman is really good, they're like, she worked really hard for that. They
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
attribute like genius,
natural
talent.
genius.
They never
like,
say that
yeah,
about women,
yeah.
and it's like,
Yeah.
fuck you, we're great.
Yeah, fuck you. And then on top of that, remember I had a dude ask me if Yusef wrote my jokes for me.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
He
god.
was genuine.
What the fuck?
And this is a funny guy. And I'm gonna mention it every time. I don't give a damn. He can listen to this. I don't have any ill will towards him. I like him as a person.
Yeah.
But that let me understand like where I'm at.
It's just it will always happen. Like so
Did-
so I do roast battle, right? And I win some, I lose some. I've won more than I've lost. You know, like I have a record, but like we were just talking about it one day. I was with one of the guys who I did roast battle with. It was a great battle. I won, and we're talking about it, and the guy's introducing me like, "Hey, this is Zara. We did roast battle together." And he was like, "Oh, so," to the guy, he was like, "Oh, so you won, right?" And I'm like, "What? No."
Just automatically.
And he did stick up for me. He's like, "No, bro, she destroyed me." And I was like, "Thank you for doing that."
That happened to me once too after roast battle.
Yeah.
I battled a guy and another comic was assumed that the guy won.
Yeah,
it's
Wow.
just, and I
Nat-
obliterated the dude.
And I'm like, what?
Such
Like,
trash.
it's just, and it's, I've noticed it's
Sorry.
guys who are like very, a
Sort
little
of kids.
chauvinistic or probably like grew
well,
up
they're
in
like
that.
they're naturally like that because they
Yeah.
did grow up in that.
Yeah.
And they grew up in that not only from like their fathers, but from the women in their family too.
Yeah.
And so they don't know any better.
Yeah.
It's people that you wouldn't expect though. Like a lot of these people are people that I'm friendly with or like
Yeah.
respect is
And
like
then it's like a shock back into
well,
reality.
someone prefaced, and I told you about this, Jill. I don't know if I mentioned it to you guys, but a comic that I'm friends with and respect, he prefaced it with like, "You're not gonna like this, but I don't think most women are funny, but I think you're funny." And it's like now your opinion doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
think that's a
Yeah.
nice
You
thing
say
to
shit
say,
like
but I
that.
just think you're a fucking
And he
asshole.
knows that wouldn't be well received. I'm not going to put him on blast, but like he knows that wouldn't be well received because he said you're not going to like this, and he told me not to tell anyone. I mean, I'm not going to put him on blast, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to keep him.
I
Can
don't
you say it off
understand
the
how
mic
these,
though, so I
like-
cannot respect him anymore?
It's going to be someone that we're all cool with.
I
That's the
just
thing.
need to know who to not respect. You know,
I think they
just-
also
yeah.
like. I think they also want to like stick. I feel like some part of them has to know, like they're in such denial, but some part of them has to know, like they're wrong. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
believe you
deep down.
Yeah, and I also think that they don't want things to
Exactly.
change.
Yeah.
So
That's it.
with
They're holding
this,
on.
like, oh, you good? Oh, I don't care. I like the way it was before I got here because
Yeah.
I've been dreaming about my shit before I got here, and you were not doing this.
You weren't
Like,
part of
y'all
the
was
equation.
Y'all was way somewhere
Yeah.
else. I
Yeah.
was never even thinking about women being a part of this shit as an equal. So get the
Yeah.
fuck out
I'm
here.
like I'm seeing like this. Yeah, it's totally true. But I'm seeing like the comedians, and I'm also seeing like the rappers. Female rappers are fucking on it right
we were
Yo,
now.
just
the
talking
City
about
Girls,
that.
So
The
City Girls,
I've
yeah.
been just like I'm like daydreaming about being in a City Girls
Cardi.
music video. Like, that would
Yeah.
be so dope.
Free JT.
Yo, man,
Free
free
JT.
JT.
Free
Oh, she's gonna be out.
JT, please.
She's gonna
I'm
be
more
out.
like Free Young Miami because she's pregnant, and that scares
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, but no, that is honestly that's
No,
way
just she's
worse.
pregnant. That's why I'm like
Yeah.
free her.
But
No, I'm
JT is the one that can
Yeah,
rap.
yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah. No, it's so City Girls, Cardi,
Megan
Nicki,
Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee
Megan,
Stallion.
yeah.
Asian doll.
Asian
You got
doll.
Asian
now
doll.
known as
Who just came out?
Debrat.
Yeah, and now known as Asian Debrat, and then
Somebody
there's so
just
many
came out.
girls.
Somebody just dropped her album.
Well, let me pull up this list of songs we were listening
Yeah,
to.
because
We
I have
Spotify.
a Comedy Hoe playlist on Spotify, y'all. Look that up. It's all the newest girl rappers.
But I feel a lot of kinship with female rappers
Me
because there's
too.
so much, and they also have like the greatest personality. So
Yeah.
like their stuff translates into comedy so well.
Yeah, it does.
Lizzo does like comedy sketches and stuff too.
Yeah.
And so like I feel like I relate to them a lot because they're just like, fuck this. I'm gonna say what I want. I'm gonna do it in like a funny way. I'm gonna be like, I'm not gonna compromise, and I'm gonna build my fall. And they've worked so hard to get
Yeah,
there.
but you can also feel the animosity
Yeah.
that the rappers
Yeah.
have
Against
towards
them.
them or
Yeah.
against
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
and
no,
like,
it's definitely a lot going on right now, and I also believe that like I told this to Madison Shepherd one time, who's a comic out here,
Yeah.
and I said like we have to look at the rap girls because
Yeah.
the rap girls almost like it signifies what the comedy girls are gonna do,
Yeah.
because like them coming up and it being so like it's a lot of them coming
It's a
from
movement.
the
And
they're
they're
the freshmen right
collaborating.
now,
Yeah.
and they're coming up, so
And
it's
they're
like,
so good. Like,
Yeah.
and that's
So
because men
good.
wouldn't go out of the way to listen to this. But every time you play
But
it at a
every
party,
time I play it, they dancing like they think
Yeah.
it's just, oh, okay, shit.
Yeah.
But they
But, like,
wouldn't
who
just
wa-
look for it
Who
themselves.
was it before this group of girls? It was like Foxy Brown, Lil Kim.
And that was a long time
And
ago.
It was a long time
there was
ago.
Nicki Minaj. She was sort
Lauryn
of in
Hill.
between.
Nicki, but
Yeah.
it was
Probably the first
Nicki
of
for
our
a
time.
decade.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was Nicki for 10 years. No
Yeah.
other girl.
Yeah.
And then
Just
Cardi.
Nicki.
Cardi came out.
And then Cardi came out,
Yeah.
and then Cardi thought she was gonna have a same career as Nicki, and wasn't gonna be no girls.
Yeah.
But it's not happening like that anymore because we can't do that anymore. We
Yeah.
can't just have one girl represent for literally all of us.
But like in the '90s, they were very unified. The women, like Ladies' Night was the remake.
Oh,
that
yeah,
they
yeah,
did.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, it
it
was
was
like Queen-
Debrat, Missy
Yeah.
Elliott, Left Eye.
Yeah, Queen Latifah was already out on her own and
Yeah.
stuff, but it was also different because they were playing against each other too.
They were,
You know?
and I feel like the girls now, like we were brought up from Missy and brought up from like those women, and so we grew up knowing like, oh, womanhood.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah,
fuck
it's a
with
thing.
womanhood. I love all types of women, but you know, the women before that and the women that are coming up after us, they're feeling us. You know what I mean? But the women before that, it's like it was a bunch of not loving women.
It was a bummer for the Nicki Cardi thing to be like such an issue because
Well,
I'm
I
like
think
I
the media
understand
did that too.
They did that
you
too,
know?
but also like playing into it. That's like why like I see sometimes in comedy like women who are like paranoid about or like, you know, set themselves up as competition, and it's like don't let anybody else get. People do that with us.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, Fizza, I love your show. Pallavi, I love your show." And it's like it's our show.
Yeah.
And then it plays into you and it makes you think like you're like, "Oh fuck, like am I not represented enough?" Like whatever.
Yeah.
They're like playing on your insecurities and you can't listen to that shit.
Yeah, you
People love to
can't.
compare
People
also.
fucking compare,
Especially
They'll tell us-
women.
women, but
and
men-
women of color.
yeah.
And then when they compare like looks, it's like so gross.
It's
like
so
we're, like,
gross.
Well, that's
stable.
just to get back at you.
Oh,
That's just to be like, oh, let me
That's
dial in on a
funny,
bitch's insecurity.
Jill.
you didn't want me, bitch. You didn't
want me. I
don't want you
But they do that based on our flyers. So like, oh, like she's this one, she's that one, and it's
They
like
do
we
that
didn't do that
because
for
you
this.
guys have some sort of success. And
Yeah.
it's honestly this, in my opinion. If you have success, you got hate coming. You
Yeah.
got hate
Yeah.
coming from all areas, and
But
you
it's
just never know
funny
where it's
when
going to come from.
It's funny when it comes from your peers and like people you look up to.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did it like a small segment on Steve Harvey, right? And a bunch of comics found out about it. This guy, I hadn't seen him for like maybe like 2 years. And this guy's an older comic. He's on the road. He's a professional comic. He saw me and he was like, "Oh, I saw that Steve Harvey thing. It was funny. You did good." They canceled the show though.
So what? Like,
And I'm like, "Why did?" He was like, "Yeah, sorry, they canceled that show." Like as if I had anything to do with the cancellation of the show.
And
you
she
know? And I'm
like she stepped out of her pantsuit. She's like,
And
I'm
I'm
not
like-
Steve Harvey.
I'm wearing a pantsuit today.
There she is, which
And
makes that
She
really
just
funny.
titled
But I
the
was
wrong
a
one of us
cream
Miss
pantsuit.
Universe.
I was so pissed. At the same time, I'm like, wow, you're showing off your small dick right now.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Something about little old me
Yeah.
who's like
Gets
20
under your
years your
skin.
junior in
Sometimes
comedy.
I say
Is
that
like
to
a
them.
neg?
It was
Oh, it was
not
100%
negging me.
It
Yeah.
seems a little neggish.
Yeah.
And this happened
Yeah.
to me at the Comedy Store. Do we have to get out?
No, we're good.
This happened to
I mean,
me
we
in-
should wrap up. But
We
We
we're
should,
good.
okay, well, this happened to me at the Comedy Store where I had a guy telling me, and he's a comic there, and he got passed like really quickly. You know how they do.
Yeah.
So he was like, you know how many times your name comes up, Jill? You know how many times your name comes up? And I'm sitting there like, okay, that's great. You think I'm funny. You know what I mean? But then he's like, yeah, we just think that all you got to do is play the game. All you got to do is do this, and all you got to do is do that in order to get so-and-so to pay attention to you, in order to get whatever I need to get at the Comedy Store, like specifically. And it felt very attacky. And it's at the point where, like, I'm doing really well outside of clubs.
Yeah.
And I'm working really hard. And I'm, like, having to listen to this person tell me if I just do the right thing, I'll be successful.
But that's like
Yeah,
so
that's annoying.
myopic because it's like the reason you got to where you are is because you're you.
Yeah.
And because you listen to your fucking gut.
Yeah.
Like, it's so crazy to me that once people start popping off, people want to stifle them. And it's like, don't you even logistically, don't you know how this works? Like, you are the artist.
Well, they just want to say something.
I think
Yeah.
they also know, they think it's, some people don't realize like there's no one size fits all path to success here. So sometimes they'll be like, well, this is the way. And I think it's a lot of people who pay their dues in a way that's like, door guys, like, you know, you really have to humble yourself to do that type of work. So they put a lot of importance and respect on that position. And it's a great position.
what?
Yeah,
like,
it's-
I
you're
suffered,
gonna
so
get
you
past-
have to
You're gonna get
suffer.
past
Yeah.
the Comedy Store when you're supposed to.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
how I
Like,
feel
that's-
too. That's why it's like,
Yeah.
if it doesn't like match with what I'm doing right now, I'm not, you know, feeling like I need to disrespect the Comedy Store at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
None
saying?
of us
but
are
at the-
disrespecting the Comedy Store.
yeah,
You
but
know,
at
that's
the
not
end of
what
the
we're
day,
doing.
I
but-
have to go where I can get up, and right now I can't get up at the Comedy Store, so I'm gonna
there-
go where I can get up.
That's exactly how I feel too. And there are plenty of people who weren't hanging around the Comedy Store whose names are up there now because they went and did other shit,
Yeah,
got successful
and
off that, and the
worked.
Comedy Store was like,
Yeah.
and like put their name on. There are people
Because
who have
it's a
not been there in
business.
years, but because
Exactly.
people have TV shows, they're
Yeah.
like, we're going to put their name up
It's
on
a
the wall.
business.
And
Yeah, you have
it's
to-
a business.
It's like, they're not going to be the machine behind you, but if you build a machine
Mm-hmm.
and you're successful, you'll sort of like stroll in.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like Taylor
That's exactly who I was thinking
did
of.
great. Yeah. Like
Taylor
she
Tomlinson.
never went to, I don't think did she ever go
She
to?
never goes to the Comedy Store,
Yeah.
and then she got passed because she fucking popped off. Like, she put in
Yeah.
the work. She's awesome.
Yeah, she's undeniable.
I mean, she
Yeah.
was everybody like no, Taylor was like she was the child of Flappers, which was like another comedy club in Burbank, California, and she wasn't really kind of at any of the other clubs because like there was one club in town that was taking care of her.
That's
and
what
yeah,
I'm
she
Bob
talking
was her
about.
manager for
Yeah,
a while.
yeah.
Barb.
The owner of the club was her manager, and they were taking care of her.
That's kind of what I mean. Is like I don't have like that place where I'm being like put up all the time, so I have to
Yeah.
put myself up.
And unfortunately, LA is like that. Where like there's
Yeah.
other markets, and even New York and other places around the country where it's like you stick to a club and they become your family, and then they like help you progress. Where
Yeah.
unfortunately in LA, there's like 9 billion comedians.
So they can
and
only pick a handful of
they're-
comics.
yeah,
to
so
condition like that.
exactly. So you got
There's
to
just
figure
not
out.
enough stage time.
There
At
just
these
isn't.
this one stage.
There isn't unless
Yeah.
unless you're a door guy, you're an employee there. It's going to be very hard for you to get up there.
Yeah.
So
And
It
that's
is.
like that's that
Yeah.
life. Like props to the door guys. Like they're great, whatever. But I'm like, I can't like every night go in the comedy store. That would drive me insane. Like I don't know if I can handle that lifestyle. And we have to like find our own paths to like
Yo,
balance our sanity.
I'm sorry,
and
but
keep
those
creating
guys-
art.
Yeah.
Those guys don't look good. I'm so sorry. And unfortunately, no. As women,
It's a
we
hard
gotta
life.
we gotta look good for the camera, right?
Yeah, all
so
the
if you're up
time.
there from 1, 2 a.m., drinking for like hours, like 4 hours every night, and then doing whatever the fuck y'all are doing in the back room and stuff, like I'm sorry, like if we do
What
that,
they're doing in the back room.
we're.
I'll tell
if
you
we
later.
do that, Jill, if we do that, we're not going to be castable. Our faces aren't going to be castable
That's
on
true.
TV.
We're
Yeah.
not going to look
You know?
fresh,
We're
as
not-
fresh as we could.
Yeah.
Plus,
I'm
they
just
only
saying.
have.
I
they
have
only
been to that
just
back room,
recently
though.
got 3 female door guys. Like
Yeah.
it's only
But
recently they're
it's
letting more
beautiful
women.
that they do
Yeah.
because like it started out with just one girl and
Yeah.
it just happened
They
like
got
maybe
door
2 or
girls,
3 years
probably.
ago.
Yeah, door guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still door guys.
door person,
girls.
door men,
Door person.
door male.
door whoever whatever you
Exactly.
identify as.
Now I
Sorry.
just want to I want to finish up by saying that if the Comedy Store wants to give me a place to get up, I'll take it.
we can bring FRC there.
I mean, I love the store. I have fun
Yeah.
there. You
Yeah.
know,
I have a lot
but-
of fun there.
I feel that way about a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's like I appreciate it. I admire it. I like a lot of the people that like are there. I like visiting it. I like supporting it. But a lot of these places, not just the Comedy Store, I don't think is going to be my way in. And I feel like we all feel like we have to make our own shit and then
Yeah.
they'll come to us.
If you're a woman of color and you don't make your own shit, bitch, what are you doing?
Get on it.
You
What are you
can't
doing? You're just
afford it.
waiting.
You can't afford to wait, honey.
Because this system is not built to bring us up.
No, it's not.
Or it wasn't built with us in mind.
No,
anyway.
it's not. But you'll be fine though.
Yeah. Well, you're strong. strong.
If you could
You're
deal with that much
tired.
hair removal on a daily basis,
Yeah.
bitch, you can do anything.
You can
It's
do it
fine.
all.
You're tired, but you're strong.
So tired.
Oh, man. We didn't even get to bring up. Jill and I won a game show.
Oh,
yeah, we-
Which game show?
It was Ben's show.
Oh,
Ben
Idiot
Glee's show.
Test?
Idiot
Yeah.
Test.
You know
yeah.
Ben Glee's running for president?
I saw
What?
it.
Yeah.
Is he
He's
actually
really
doing
I
doing
mean,
it?
he didn't make it to the debate, so I don't think he has that much of a shot of winning.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's one of like the 2000 Democratic
They were
candidates.
probably like, "You're a game show host."
Yeah,
No,
yeah. I mean, he's doing it to like, it just have his platform.
I
be
mean, that's
seen,
awesome.
but-
I might run for president, but I'll be
Gleam
afraid
2020.
I win. I'd be too afraid.
I don't want to run for
You
president.
never know. I don't know. But we are
I feel
missing
like
the debates right
you
now.
become
so.
like, if you're president, you have to make a choice that like kills somebody, and I'm too conflict avoidant. I'm like, I don't want to send the drone here or there.
Right.
Is there a way to send my
think they're picked
ex-boyfriend
already.
to where we're dropping drones? Because I could do that.
Right?
Like, that would make it easier.
And that's why you won't be president.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Is like, there's better conflict resolution than war, right? Than killing people, and it's just like, no, we want to
Oh,
because
man.
it's
It's a sport.
it's beyond a sport.
It's economical.
Yeah, it makes money.
Yeah.
War makes money. For the rich people. Okay. Anyway.
We were almost
1%.
We
almost closed out,
Yeah,
and
we
we
almost
got-
closed on inspirational, like
And-
you're
yeah,
strong,
and
and we're like,
talking about
war
war.
makes money, and the man is holding you.
Speaking of game shows, I have a game show audition tomorrow.
Oh,
I'm trying to be on all the game show segments and stuff.
Yes,
it should be fun.
get them in.
I'll be thinking of you too.
You got some nice ass eyebrows.
Aw.
Yes, it's because you have a lot of hair, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
For
That's
sure,
like
yeah.
that's the
Don't
thing,
fight
grass is
hair,
greener.
ladies. Yeah, hair
fighting
gives you
hair.
nice eyebrows.
Yeah,
And
once you-
lashes.
Once you shape it.
And some eyelashes too.
Yeah,
Like
well,
bitches gotta buy that. Y'all better be thankful.
Yeah,
Y'all better be thankful for all the hair.
I'm thankful. Thankful for the hair.
I am. I
Jill's
am
getting mad
grateful.
at us.
I'm the one that gotta buy all that. All right, bye.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
plug your stuff one more
stuff.
time.
Insta and all that.
Okay, you guys. So at Jil Chrissie is my Instagram. That's JilChrissie. Please follow me because I got hacked not too long ago and my follower was a dismal. So please follow me. And a Comedy Hoe. Comedy Hoe is gonna be a regular thing. We're gonna make it a monthly show, and we're gonna have the show before the hoe every show. And at the end of it, I might just do some storytelling every time. So we'll figure it out. But, you know, Jil Chrissie's out here.
You heard it here.
Hey.
Yeah.
And then just keep in mind, Jill is with one L, Jil, and Chrissy ends with an IE.
Yes.
I just love clarifying.
Clarification.
And I'm Fizadasani, FIZAADOSANI.com or at that name.
Ooh, that's smart. I'm Paula Viganalin, PALLAVIGUNALAN.com or at that name.
Remember when we couldn't stop laughing every time you saw
I
your
still,
name?
I have PTSD. I'm like, they're going to laugh.
I always think about it too, just because it would be funny. But then I'm like, no, nah.
I got old. Guys, I'm Zara Ali. You can find me on all the socials as Really Zara. Zara is spelled ZAHRA.
We are Facial Recognition Comedy at facialrecognitioncomedy.com. We're at Facial Recognition Comedy on Instagram and Facebook, and Facial Rec Comedy on Twitter. You guys, we're fucking going to all the cities.
We got shows.
We got shows in
Everywhere.
LA every second Sunday of the month at Westside Comedy Theater at 9 p.m. We have a show there. We're going to Irvine Improv July 23rd at 8 p.m. We're coming back to New York Comedy Club July
Thursday, Friday,
25th?
29th?
No, I think
It's the
it's the
last
last
Friday.
Guys, we almost had it.
It's the last Friday.
every month.
Last Friday of the month.
Last Friday of July.
and last Friday in
August
August.
30th. And
It's
No,
the
July
Friday before.
26th.
July 26th, August
26th.
30th,
There we go.
11:30 p.m. New York Comedy Club, Midtown location. That's the Gramercy one. Fuck, dude, we're like everywhere.
Follow us on Instagram. Did you say that
Yeah, I
already?
said all that
Okay, yeah,
stuff.
do that again if you haven't. Rate us.
No,
on
then they'll unfollow
iTunes.
us.
Well, yeah, tell a friend that you can
Yeah.
follow it from another account. Patreon, we're gonna put photos of her feet on there, so subscribe.
Fizza's shoes could go on there because they're dope
Yeah.
as fuck.
Yeah, because now like the foot fetishes are a thing now. Like Zara's like the OG foot fetish person because she has like
She's-
sample size feet.
I'm
Yeah.
like the
You
real
really
life.
do. Even my
She's
boyfriend likes your
blossoming in the
feet.
industry.
My boyfriend likes the size of her feet.
Everyone likes
right.
the size of her
So
feet. That's
weird.
sample-
So
Your
weird.
sample
I
size.
you know, I wear a boy size 3. Like this is
Yes!
it's not. It's
That's-
just I have small.
Do you
ass
have to
feet.
call when you go to a store? Do you have to call anyone to get shoes for you? Can you just try on
No.
the ones that are like on display?
No, because usually by the time I get there, like I just buy my shoes online now. Because when I get there, they never have 5.5 left. There's like they get 1 5.5,
You
and
just give
and
them
some
your measurements.
and then
They're
some old
salivating.
Asian lady goes and buys it, and then there's nothing left for me. So you know,
Is there like, is this like when guys like girls with small hands because it makes their dick look bigger? Is that why they like small feet?
I don't know.
I think it comes off more like
Feminine?
Feminine.
I don't
I,
know.
think it
Delicate,
comes off
maybe.
more delicate, more
That's
feminine.
an
to them.
insecure man that can't handle a
Yeah.
big foot.
I guess.
Oh, you're not trying to fuck a big-footed woman?
But like, it's like
big
also,
ass feet.
are we
Yeah,
trying to-
okay.
are we
That's
trying-
more foot to fuck.
You don't want to suck these big fat ass toes.
oh my god,
yeah, but like, do we want like
Toes that'll cradle your ball.
do we want to do it with small ass feet, like feet that are smaller than ours? Because I feel like I'd be insecure.
Oh, like a guy's feet?
Yeah,
That's
I don't know if I
No,
can-
I don't want no
No.
small
Small-ass
feet ass
feet.
on no
no,
man.
what?
But it's different.
I would never date a guy with small. I mean, if you have smaller feet than me, you're a child. That's illegal. You know, like that,
yeah.
Then we
Right.
need to
You're a
call the
pedophile.
police.
dude.
Little kid.
You know, what's his name? Brad Williams. He's the little person comic.
Brad Williams is hot.
Yeah, he's hot,
yeah,
but
you do
he's a
like
little
that.
person, and his feet are bigger than mine, right?
Oh
so
no,
it's like,
little people have regular size dicks.
They have normal size.
Girl, don't tell me that shit. Don't tell me that shit.
We ended our podcast and then you tell us this? What?
Did you already stop recording?
Oh my God.
Okay, well,
Oh my God.
I just want to leave with the plea. I have a 3.8 out of 5 stars on WikiFeet. So
Get her score up. Why
want
are you
more.
being like this?
I want to see
Wait,
our
great
fight.
feet.
wait, what? Hold on.
Wiki
Little
feet.
people have regular size
Yeah.
dicks. Can we please talk
That's
about
Just Google it. Don't talk about it.
That's something that you should know, though. Like,
Yeah.
that we should know, but we
Yeah.
don't, like, vocalize.
So they
Yeah,
have
people
real
don't talk
size
about it.
appendages?
It's
Yeah.
a regular
Okay.
size, like a
Okay.
regular
Real
man
size.
penis.
Regular size. Sorry.
Yes.
Oh my God, I learned something way new today.
we should spread the rumor that they got big old dicks.
So
Yeah.
much.
Little people got big dicks. That's where it all goes to.
Or is it?
They got big old dicks.
Or is it the
they
thing
do.
where like you have a small body so your dick looks big?
Nah,
No,
like,
I
that's-
heard the dicks are actually big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Huh?
He has a penis. We know he has a
Well,
penis.
yeah.
She's like, he has a baby.
We know
English has
we
a-
know
We
they
know they
work.
can have sex.
We know they work.
He's got a hot
Problematic.
wife, she said.
Yeah.
So that's
Peter
different.
Dinklage
Okay.
is hot.
Can't get a hot wife with a little thingy.
Oh my goodness. We don't want to body shame our male listeners. We love
Oh,
you all.
sorry.
Peter
Yeah,
Dinklage,
you
we
can get a
love
hot
you.
wife with a little thingy.
Peter
Yeah.
Dinklage, come on our podcast,
Sure.
please. Thank
yeah,
you.
we have a lot of Indian
As
followers.
long as your mouth right.
You missed it.
I was
Damn,
I'm
ouch.
kidding.
All right, with that-
Indian dudes
It's
got good
bad
dicks
in
too.
here.
All right,
Okay.
with that, thanks everybody. Thank you,
Thank
Jill.
you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Close us out. Give us something.